Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Crypto Express, where it's my goal and purpose to help bring you up to speed with what's going on in the crypto space, what's going on, what do things mean, where's the money going right now, and do it all in a way that is easy to follow and understand. Okay, if this sounds good to you, please like and subscribe. It'll mean a lot to me. What we're going to cover in this video is a recent phenomenon that's basically shook the whole crypto market on a fundamental level, like literally on a technical fundamental level. There is this grand experiment going on within the Ethereum ecosystem and the Solana ecosystem. And just my own speculation, I believe it's a way of reviving the NFT narrative that if you were around for the last bull run, you would know that. Even if you weren't, you would know that NFTs were the craze. Remember, Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, even celebrities were getting into them. Like CryptoPunks. It was outrageous. People spending, oh my gosh, I don't have the stats in front of me, but from $10,000 to $20,000 to like $500,000 on digital art. It's crazy. And that narrative died, as the bull run died. We went into a bear market. These NFTs became worthless, basically. And people, I think, felt really dumb about it. But many also argued that it was a way to help bring adoption, to bring in the rest of the world to come play with us in the crypto market and get introduced to the technology, its value, its purpose, because the real value behind NFTs was that, just going off my top of my head, is that they're basically would protect IP or intellectual property. That could be art, that could be, music could become, encapsulated into an NFT and have its own digital identity that could not be forged. And everyone would always know, because it'd be recorded on the blockchain or multiple blockchains, that this piece of intellectual property or art or whatever it is, had an identity. It could be tracked on an international global account ledger, and you can buy and sell these. There's two primary marketplaces, one called OpenSea and one called Blur, I believe. I haven't used Blur so much, but I know they exist, and you can buy and sell them there or trade them, right? But the value of them is really either you love the artistic culture represented in this NFT and the community, because it's great for memberships too, or it has great utility. Like I said, like a membership gives you discounts. You basically that, like, based on the built-in qualities and utility, that would be the value. But otherwise, because of its programmable nature as a non-fungible token or non-changeable token, they couldn't really be, traded on popular exchanges between different networks or blockchains. And I'm not a developer, so I don't fully understand why not, but I just know that's the case. Okay. So what is so revolutionary about what's just happened and come to the market is what is called in Ethereum's ecosystem is what's called ERC 404. That's what they're calling it. And it's basically a hybrid combination of the traditional Ethereum token, ERC20, with, I believe, what is it called? Here, I don't have these things by memory, with what is called ERC right here, 721s, which would be, I guess, NFTs or the non-fungible tokens. Anyway, so now that we're here, let's just read about it. So basically, it's an experimental token. That said, it has not been audited, so it is very much so, go at your own risk, which is crypto in general. So basically, as you can see here, it says it combines the features of NFTs and fungible tokens. And later we'll get into exactly how that works, but basically, high level explanation, and Solana's doing the same thing, which I'll also show you in a minute, but it's Solana's is called Token 2022, And it's pretty much the same thing, but on the Solana network, where it's basically just upgraded features, extension, gives the developer or the creator of these new token, the ability to give them more functionality, customizable functionality. So it's a pretty big deal, but it's pretty much the same thing, just on Solana. And so it's really kind of funny and really kind of paints a picture and lets you know, like, people at that level in the crypto space are definitely in the same conversations and communities or groups and vibing on the same level. Although really, I believe it's a no-brainer because, like I was saying in the beginning of my video, I think it's really just a grand attempt to bring NFTs back. So that said, as you can see here, and we'll take a look, but the same creators of ERC 404 also created the first ERC 404 token that has its paired NFT called Pandora, which is funny because Pandora in Greek mythology, you know, it's like Pandora's box. Once you open Pandora's box, like things could never go back. So you can just see like the correlation in like meaning. But anyway, so it's done very well. This was published on the 6th, this article, and at the time, you know, it had already traded, you know, 16,600, already had a 166 million market cap. Anyway, so this just gives you more information on it, but let's go take a look at Pandora on CoinGecko. So this is how it's doing so far. Today's been a bullish day, which is why my thumbnail is green, as you saw. But this is the 24-hour chart. So it's been a bullish day. It's kind of like, you know, descending, probably correcting a little bit. But in the last 7 days, you see extremely bullish, you know, market movement in the last month, all the more. So it's a pretty big deal. Yeah. And so if you go to CoinGecko, you'll see that, you know, under NFTs, that's where I went. All right. So under NFTs, these are, because remember, the whole concept of ERC 404 is that it's a token paired or pegged, or I don't know what term they're giving it, with an NFT. And so let's jump into, so you can see here Pandora's trending as #1 and DeFrogs is #2. Let's take a look. Doing pretty well, as you can see. So this is super degen, but this may be a good opportunity to jump in when you see a dip, but only with like very little and what you're willing to lose. But it's technically, as the name implies, like the beginning of something huge if it succeeds. So that said, let's go read a little bit about how it works. So just bear with me, I'll try to read fast. But so somebody asked, you know, this is a really good article I found, would recommend it, Blockmate. So it says, okay, so what happens when you buy a Pandora token on Uniswap? So he says, like, for argument's sake, if you buy one Pandora on Uniswap, once you hit the confirm button in your wallet and complete the transaction, it says basically you will receive, you know, you will be like paying with your ETH, right? And you'll receive one Pandora token plus one Pandora NFT to that same wallet. Once you receive the NFT, it is generated from a mint contract, completely randomly and of any rarity, just like any other NFT mint, they're usually random. Once you decide you want to sell your one Pandora token and you resell it on Uniswap, in doing so, the NFT in your wallet is burnt. So bye. So it's kind of interesting how they're like, the incentive they're actually building, and that's what I was trying to think through before making this video. It's like, so we know they're trying to bring NFTs back, right? Because that's why they're pairing them. Because as of now, they've been quite illiquid or kind of difficult to trade easily, right? Because outside of its unique utility or culture coolness, like what's the incentive to buy and sell it? And they're not always compatible, or they're not really compatible across all networks and all blockchains. So it seems like by pairing NFTs, I wonder if there'll be like new like tokens and NFTs getting married. I don't know if that's possible, I'm just saying. But it seems like they're trying to bring the NFT narrative back, right? Because you will get this new unique NFT by buying one ERC 404 token, in this case Pandora. But if as soon as you want to sell it or trade it, you will lose your NFT. So it's like they're trying to discourage you from selling unless you don't care about your NFT. And if you happen to really care about your NFT, because it's super cool, because people got really up and personal about their Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs last bull run. So if people get really emotionally attached to their NFTs, they're not going to want to sell their token. So that inherently increases the value of the token, right? In which case they're just going to go buy another token, in which case it's going to give them another NFT, and then we like rinse, wash, repeat the same psychological game of value. So I guess hypothetically it'll help both NFT and the token go up in price, something like that. Anyway, so it's very, very interesting, but this article does warn because it has not been audited. That's my dog scratching in the background. Because it has not been audited, it is at your own risk. So this guy is saying in this article, like, you know, don't come crying to me if you accidentally burn a rare NFT by transferring a token to another wallet. So it also discourages moving your token from wallet to wallet. So I don't know what exactly the incentive model is there, or maybe, I don't know what the incentive model is there. I'm trying to think through it. Yeah, so these are the rarities right now. So it's just like rarities like always, you know, there's different types of rarities. You can see that on OpenSea. These are some frequently asked questions, which I think is important if you're going to get involved, you know. So it's like what happens? So you only get one NFT if you buy a full token value. So you can't buy like 0.5 or here like 0.9 of a token, in this case Pandora, because you will not receive a full NFT. So that's number one. Yeah, so like I said, the rest of this you can just read on your own. I'll link it in the bottom, but it's very, very interesting what's going on. And then just for argument's sake, like this is OpenSea if you haven't seen it before. It's one of the largest NFT marketplaces. So like, let's go to Pandora. And as you can see, there's a few different Pandoras. So just, it's the one on Ethereum. So that's the one I chose. Yeah, so I guess these are your NFTs. Anyway, yeah, and then I was going to define NFTs for you, but I imagine, you know, I just explained it to you. Yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That said, you know, Solana also had an outage for the first time in almost a year. So now with this new incentive, I don't know what implications it's going to have on Solana's network, because we know it's super fast, super cheap. So now that its new standard token 2022 is out, which will, I just don't know the implications it's going to have, but Solana needs to fix this. They are awesome though. But anyway, that said, this brings me to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed. It was quick, short, and sweet. Let me know if anything doesn't make sense. I'm happy to explain. The links will be in the bottom. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. There's quite a few narratives out right now that are really moving the market. And just with this narrative of like the merging and hybridization of two forms of token, non-fungible and fungible, really kind of paints a picture of what's coming. Like I think the developers for these different networks and blockchains are getting really creative about like, okay, how can we create new markets, I guess, through reinventing new smart contracts and token standards. So it's just going to be very interesting to see what comes. Very interesting to see what comes. But okay, that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Go check out both of these tokens one more time. I'm just going to show you Pandora, okay, and DeFrogs. They're both super degen, but they have a strong narrative behind them. I mean, we're talking about Vitalik, right? Like alien genius, incredible human being. So, but full disclaimer, it's experimental, so at your own risk, you know. But if you're looking for a degen, which means just highly volatile investment opportunity, go check them out. Tomorrow I'll bring you some more tokens that are like on the rise. You know, I just aped into one last night called Ghost. We'll see how it's doing. Let's go see how it's doing actually. But I think it's still, I don't know if, I haven't been tracking it, honestly guys. Not today. Yeah, doing pretty good I guess. Anyway, I will bring you more tokens tomorrow. Be good, be happy, and I will see you tomorrow.